G'day, Trent from Total Tools in the workshop, bringing you tool tip number 14, and that is bleeding brakes and changing fluid using a etools air brake bleeder. Great bit of kit. We've already shown you a video on how to change fluid with the pressure bleeder. This is a different sort of bleeder, really good on the motorbikes, so we're doing some routine maintenance flushing out the fluid on this bike. We're going to show you how it works. Tools we're going to be using: always good to have a rag, of course the brake bleeder. We've got our air compressor set up ready to run it. Got a syringe to suck out the old fluid. Torx driver. As always, got my ratchet. A couple of spanners. And we're also going to test the fluid before we go. Right, to get prepared for the job, you need your front reservoir to be level so that you're not spilling fluid everywhere when you're trying to fill it and drain it and all that sort of thing. And quite often on a bike, especially on a dirt bike, you've got your levers in different positions. They might be forward, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable running them down a bit low, so that's why this tilts forward. So just want to get the throttle tube out of the way. That's what I've got the ratchet for, and level that reservoir up. And how quick does this ratchet make the job? Get that in a position where it's level and then nip it back up. So we've already done the rest of the service on this bike, but I reckon the brake fluid is starting to get close to the end of its life. Give it a test. We've got our King Chrome tester. There you go, it is past 3% moisture. So, time to give it a change. First things first, we just want to suck out the old fluid. You're not putting air in the system, it doesn't really matter because we're going to flush it out anyway. You're just taking it out of the reservoir. I'm going to top it up with some new fluid. It's good to use the garage creeper so you can sit down while you're doing this job. Righto, we're down at the front caliper. We're going to hook up our air. Get rid of the dust cover off your brake nipple so you've got more room to work. 8mm spanner on this bike. Get the spanner in place. Ring spanner's really good, it's easy to manage. Put the seal over the nipple. Hold it in place, one hand on the spanner, thumb over the bleeder, and have your hand on the air trigger. Start with the air first, then release your nipple and it'll suck the fluid through from the reservoir all the way through the line. We'll probably give it about 4 flush throughs, so 4 reservoir fulls. On the motorbikes, they're only carrying just a tiny bit of fluid, so 4 should be enough then to flush that through, get new fluid all the way through the lines, and at the same time eliminate any bubbles and drag them all through. While you're doing it, it's good to keep an eye on the reservoir up there to make sure that you're not draining too much out of it. If you drain it all the way out, you're going to start sucking air and you have to start again. So really try and avoid that one. All right, let's go. So as you can see, I stopped with just enough fluid in there so we're not sucking air. It's a matter of fill it up again. Rinse and repeat, do that 3 more times. Okay, so we've done enough of that. We can disconnect the compressor so that stands up on its own. Get that off there. There's a little hole here that you can thread that through to hold it for you. Make sure I've nipped it up tight. Get my dust cover back on. fluid back up to its full operating level. Some brake clean. Wipe it down. Then give it a few pumps. Make sure you've got brake pressure there. Straight away, I've got pressure on the lever. It's all good to go. Nice, good feel. Give it a run. Job almost done. Got to put everything back into place. There we go, front done, as easy as that. Time to move on to the rear. For the reservoir on this bike, we need a 24mm spanner to undo the reservoir cap. Once again, we'll get out the old fluid. There's not much in these bikes. Just a little bit here and there. Top it off with the fresh stuff. And go about 3 or 4 reservoir full sucking through to make sure we clean it out. Get the 8mm spanner on the nipple. Get the seal over it. Ready on the trigger and watching the reservoir as you go. All right, rinse and repeat 3 more times. All right, we're done. We've topped it off. Get the lid back on. A bit of overflow. Won't hurt. I'm breaking it all. Tighten it back up. Get the spillages with a bit of brake clean. Fast drying, it'll get rid of anything off there. Wipe. Give it a couple of pumps and straight away it's got pressure, ready to go. The whole job done with 0 Fs. It's just such a great tool. You don't have to be there with pumping the levers all the time to get it through. Don't do it the old-fashioned way. You don't need someone there to help you. You can just get this done and you can do what used to be an unpleasant job in a few minutes. It's really good. So check them out. We got them in store. Air brake bleeder. Great bit of gear. As always, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon.